Hello there, Egil. You're playing with your rune stick.
Yeah, hit me with your rune stick. Yeah.
Hit me fast and hit me quick. Hit me. And hello and welcome.
Oh.
Oh, you turned into a puppet now.
Punch,
Yeah. How are you today, folks? It's another folktale day.
Oh.
Now, before I tell you this folktale, which Egil's going to tell you, sit down, relax, get a nice cold or hot drink. Enjoy this tale.
Cold hot drink.
Hot drink.
That means warm, doesn't it?
Fair enough. Now, the other day I was sitting around the longhouse, around the hearth, keeping warm.
As you do.
You know, nice fire there going, Egil.
Yeah.
Me and Egil, we were talking about kings and queens, weren't we, Egil?
Yeah.
You're talking about which is your favourite king. Your king is, your favourite one is?
Well,
one of many.
Yeah. Well, we're actually talking about greased up demons as well.
Well, of course so, and I don't know why. We got talking, who's the favourite king? Who's the best king? Is Alfred the best king, or is it a Viking king?
Oh, well, there you go. Thereby hangs a tale.
And then this reminded Egil of an old story you were told as a child.
Yeah.
And the story's called, I'll just do you the title, The Wren, the King of the Birds.
It's funny, this story. I would be about 5 when it was told to me. And that's a long time ago, folks. And I don't know why. It just sort of, as soon as you mentioned it, it just came back to me.
Popped back in your head.
Yeah. So, man has wondered ever since he was able to walk why these creatures can fly and how magnificent they are. And let's face it, they are pretty good creatures. You know, the colours, the songs.
Oh, of course so.
They are a joy to behold. And the birds knew this. And they all had an enclave. That means a load of people gathered together. And the wise old owl said, "We need to sort ourselves a king." And the raven said, "How we could do that then?" "Well," said the owl, rubbing his beak with his wing, "I've got it. The one who can fly the highest will be the king." Well, that sort of precludes all the other, it's going to be among the big birds.
Of course so, makes sense.
Kings have to be powerful.
They do.
So, they all got ready. They all lined up along the heath. Yeah. And the owl, he said, "Look, I don't want to be king anyway, so I'll be the ref." Raised his wing and then dropped it, and off they flew, a cloud of birds, starlings, sparrows, chaffinches, magpies, crows, blackbirds,
a pigeon,
ravens, and of course the majestic eagle. And off they flew, and one by one the birds said, "Oh, I've had it," and they came back to earth. And the cloud got less and less until there was just one mighty bird, the golden eagle.
Ah, who'd have thought it?
And up it flew and thought, "I've got this in the bag, mate."
Oh, yes.
When all of a sudden, from its back, a ball of feathers fell. It was the Jenny Wren, and off she flew higher and higher. The eagle thought, "Hang on," tried to catch up with it, but his wings were tired. But no matter how he tried, however powerful he tried, the wren was above him. And so, the wren was crowned the king of the birds.
Wow.
Which was the spirit of the law, but everybody knew really it was the king, was the eagle. And even to this day there is some shame attached to Jenny Wren. And that's my story.
An interesting story, and it's also very hard doing that. It makes you tired, so no wonder the eagle gave up.
Yeah, well, don't do that then. Oh dear.
Have you ever done that on camera? Can it be a bird?
No, what about Roger the Alien in a panic?
Well, maybe, yeah. That's another video.
Yeah, that's a brilliant series.
Yes, you could be on it one day as a Viking cartoon character. Egil.
Well done, Seth MacFarlane. But anyway, that by the by.
It's another interesting story. It does kind of remind me about the magpie's nest and how all the birds got together and decided how, they were going to teach each other how to build nests.
What I find amazing is where certain birds have stigmas attached to them and others are.
Of course so.
I mean, the magpie, beautiful bird, and it's damned by people. I even to this day, I used to go out shooting, and a farmer I knew whose land we went on said, "You shoot a magpie," and I thought, "Well, why? They're not doing you any harm."
And of course, magpies are also associated with taking things like silver. And
Yeah. And
whether that's true, I don't know.
I think it's the thing, because it seems to be black and white, although it's blue and white. It's actually, when you see things that are black and white, like badgers, they're persecuted as well. I don't know. We'll have to research that. But, some birds are associated with power, like the eagle.
The owl associated with evilness.
And
Meant to be a bad omen.
Also supposed to be intelligence, but I've not met a very intelligent... I tell you, an intelligent bird that gets a bad press, of course, is the raven.
Woodpeckers. We forget about them, don't we?
I've only ever seen one once, and that was in Crystal Palace.
And kingfishers.
I saw one of those at the Bridge pub. Beautiful birds.
Our number one fan from Derby, Thomas Dale, saw one in Derby the other week.
What, a kingfisher?
Yeah, it was round the river gardens.
Yeah, I mean, they are amazingly beautiful. They're copper and blue.
It's amazing how little birds, how fast they can fly. Because it amazes me. They're so little tiny. Well, yeah, they can fly so fast. Well, imagine if we was equivalent, if we flew.
Well, one of the sad things, I was talking to my mate Rob Napier.
Yes, hello, Rob.
And we were talking about sparrows, and I said, one time when I was not so long back, sparrows were everywhere, especially in the city. But I saw a clump of them at Cav Court. Well, I say a clump, they're about 5.
Now, what is it when they all fly together? What do you call that?
A flock.
Yeah, but when they all fly together and they make patterns.
No idea.
It begins with an M, but I forget.
All right. Well,
murmurisation, something like that.
No idea. But
I forget now. Perhaps you folks will know. When all the sparrows flock together and fly in those lovely patterns.
Well, starlings do that.
Starlings, it's starlings.
Yeah,
but sparrows don't do that then. I'm not a massive bird fan.
Apparently, they're getting back in numbers, but there's about a 70% drop in sparrows. I mean, one time you used to see them in the streets of Derby all the time. They were quite common.
Is that because we now got sparrowhawks in Derby?
It could be that. It could be climate change. It could be habitat differences.
And we need wildlife, and it's very important that we keep hold of wildlife and keep it going, because we're doomed without it.
Well, it's a strange thing where I live. I live in the middle of Derby.
Yes, that way.
Yeah, and the odd thing is we have foxes.
Yes, town foxes. Beautiful
creature. I nearly tripped over one once coming out early in the morning. And it sort of looked at me and said, "Who the hell do you think you are?" And a beautiful vixen. And
was his name Reynold?
No, it's a she.
Oh, right. It's a joke, that.
Elsie. But anyway, the fact that you see these, and of course Derby Cathedral have peregrine falcons.
Yes, that's what they got at Derby, not sparrowhawks.
Yeah, because I used to work for the museum service then, and we had a camera there, and we used to get people just coming in to look at the nest, which, to be honest, 9/10 of the time they were just sitting there doing nothing. But you used to walk around the cathedral area and you'd have half-digested pigeon there.
Oh, yes.
But it thinned the pigeons out, which is a good idea. Haven't heard anything more about them lately, whether they're still doing it, but they built a special platform in the tower.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. If you go around the back.
Yes, you can't really get there at the moment. It's all locked off, isn't it?
Well, where the Industrial Museum was. If you go on that side of the road, you could see there's a platform. There used to be. I haven't been that way for ages, but...
Well, one day, when it opens next year, the new museum in Derby, we'll do a tour of that as well.
That's if they let me in.
No, I think they will do. We'll disguise you with a beard. Right, I think on that point, we're going to go now, folks. We've already been 9 minutes in this video, and I do hope you enjoyed this folk tale. Oh, yes, I do love a good animal-themed folk tale. And I'd just like to say, we also have a playlist with all the animal-themed folk tales we have told.
No,
and let's face it.
I didn't know that.
We have told a few, haven't we, Egil?
Yeah,
so,
well, animals play a big part in, well, even today.
Of course so.
I mean, I love the stories we tell about the fox.
Yeah, Reynold, the fox.
Yeah, I love those stories. But, bit of a softie.
You've heard it first. I'm going now. Goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Oh, what do they do if they want to leave be a subscriber?
If you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. And you do that by clicking the subscription bar. And also, don't forget the notification bell. And if you are an old subscriber, then hello, thank you for hanging about, and make sure that you are still subscribed.
Woof.
And leave a comment in the traditional way of a normal comment, or you can leave a comment, #Folktales, and we'll get back to you. I will.
It does take a bit of time, but there are so many of us, which is a great thing.
Oh, yes.
Shows we're doing something right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.